Shalom and good morning to you all. We conclude the book of Ecclesiastes, chapters 9 to 12, titled Conclusion of Life. Reading from chapter 9, verse 1, Death comes to all. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope, for a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living knoweth that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. So, verses 5 to 6 cannot make it any clearer. There is no ghost, there is no going straight to heaven, or all the other non-biblical theologies in which Christians believe as a waiting place or purgatory. Continuing from verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not for the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favour to men of skill. But time and chance happeneth to them all. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an even net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. An associated verse is Luke chapters 12 and 19, which says, And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasures for himself, and is not rich towards God. So, do you still want to follow prosperity sermons and gather things on this earth? Last verse of chapter 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Chapter 10, a few verses, reading from verse 10. If the iron be blunt, and he do not whet the edge, then must he put to more strength, but wisdom is profitable to direct. Verse 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. Verse 20. Curse not the king, no, not in thy thought, and curse not the rich in thy bed chamber, for a bird of the air shall carry their voice, and that which hath wings shall tell the matter. In other words, your secrets will be known. Chapter 11 verse 1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. Verse 4. He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of God, who maketh all. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thy hand. For thou knowest not whether shall prosper, neither this or that, or whether they both shall be they both shall be alike good. In other words, work hard and do not make excuses. Prevention is better than cure, as they say. Chapter 12, verse 1, remember your creation in your youth. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Verse 7, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Verse 9, fear God and keep his commandments. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. I concur with the last advice of the preacher above. Fear God and keep all his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. The purpose of these daily studies of reading the Bible from Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 to Revelation chapter 22 verse 21, not from start to finish, is for the studious seeker of God to also reach the same conclusion as proven by their own studying, and not what is preached or taught to them by the various self-made denominations, preachers, etc., who are either foolish, ignorant, deceived, or chosen to be like those in 2 Corinthians 11:13. For such are false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Their works is to teach you God's commandments no longer exist. You're saved by grace, by faith, and all the other things, when God's word clearly says the whole duty of man is to keep God's commandments. Shalom, until tomorrow, God willing.